Sidi Rezegh. Hopefully more of a fight than in the point of the spear. Who looks like Africa. Operation Crusader was the offensive plan by the British to relieve the encircled town of Tobruk. For 3 days, the German Afrika Corps and the British Eighth Army battled each other for control of nearby airfields and crossroads. One such location was the airfield at Sidi Rezegh. It had changed hands several times during the battle. In this scenario, the British 7th Armor Brigade is trying to hold off the tanks of the 15th Panzer Division. How to play with the Brits? Yeah, free intel there, enemy coming from all directions. Shocking. Ooh, this. Okay, this is pretty close. How did we let them get to the hugging distance with their heavy guns? Yeah, we're just reacting. I wonder how much of our army is going to be wiped out before I even get to look at them. Honey. Honey should be sort of a fairly decent tank. It's one of those odd tanks, but it should be, as far as its stats are concerned, it should be a decent tank. Good improvement over what came before, at least. Panzers from all directions, immobilized. Assault guns. Decent weapons, but. With an assault gun, once you immobilize it, it's basically worthless. Because everything it has is pointing forward. But it needs to rotate the full tank and able to do something, and naturally with immobilized it can't do crap. At least with tanks, more you have the turret, usually it has even a machine gun attached. At least a gun. So, can I play this game too? Is there something left for me to play with when my turn comes? Clearly we have a decent attack defense going around here. No need for me to stay making choices. So what do we have? We have a decent amount of artillery, mortars. Okay, Humber Mark II. It's an armored car basically with a machine gun. We have Brin Carrier, which is an APC. It's an anti-tank rifle and an anti-air machine gun. Crusader 1 CS. 3-inch howitzer. This seems more like anti-infantry gun. I'm sure it can destroy tanks too, but it doesn't look like your typical tank. Crusader 1, yeah, this is more like a typical tank. 2-pounder gun, only armor-piercing ammunition. Honey. Yeah, honey looks a little bit odd. Like it should go a little bit longer forward. But yeah, The gun is crap, but it's fairly long barreled and it has 3 machine guns, so if you don't have to go fight against other tanks, heavier tanks, this is actually a great thing to have. It has enough armor to be protected from more small arms fire. It has a huge amount of extra machine gun. It has mobility. It's fairly a small size. Doesn't cost a lot. So this is a very good tank. It's just not an anti-tank tank. Yeah, we're so boned. 12 turns. Well, we're not gonna survive 12 turns, but whatever. Can I see? We have rifles, machine guns, and grenades, so we don't have heavy weaponry either. So heaviest tank attack comes from the north, some assault guns from the south, mainly infantry. Infantry needs to move first. I'm hoping some tanks will react to. We definitely need to fire with the batteries. Problem is, there ain't no good places to shoot. And if I shoot at the wrong place, I can't move the target even a little bit. Suppose I could go with smoke. Also, there was 88 shooting. I think smoke might not be a bad idea. No, there was the 88 destroyed. We'll see how the situation looks after our turn is done. But yeah, blanket of smoke here probably might do something. Let's start with that. I'll shoot some fire here too, because there's infantry coming. So let's 25 pounders can pound here. Probably more infantry coming. I don't know. I don't know. Things are happening. Yeah, just fire there. And then some smoke. Our all units are already dead here. Would have been a great way to start the fight. We have mortars. Can we shoot for smoke with them? How much smoke ammunition you got? 8. I'd like to shoot here too. Yeah, that's fine. Prevent some of these from reacting when we start to shoot their tanks. Wouldn't hurt here either. Okay, you get the smoke too. What do we got? Infantry first, that's our motto. We've dug in, we should be in a fairly good position to at least repel the infantry. We have rifles, we have light machine guns. There's going to be additional groups coming our way, so I'm saving some shots. Do we have infantry closer to the tanks? Can you shoot at anything? Yeah, that's fine. Let's fire, get a reaction shot. They're not reacting. Which is very sensible. Now, Panzer 4F. It's not too good. Panzer 3H. I think that's better. Stock 3B. That's decent. Yeah, the thing about this assault guns is they're very cheap. Fire everything you can. Crap. No, we won't be firing anything anymore. Are you shitting me? You can't fire on the... Of course you can't. Ooh. I'll take that. Please fire me more at me. That's a lost position. Yeah, bigger gun or 3-inch howitzer. I'm not sure how pounders and inches compare to each other, but this is clearly intended as a more of an anti-infantry. We have worthless units. Honeys would be a good overall. Matilda 2. Yeah, these are the big guns, heavy armor tanks. We have more of them. Yeah, we have 2. They have very few ammunition. I'm actually shocked how little ammunition they have. You can't keep firing for more than maybe 4 or 5 turns and then it's game over for you. But what else are we gonna do? Mobilized, excellent. Apparently it's too hard to hit. I don't want to fire with this. That's immobilized. I really should though. It does have the capability of destroying me, so... And the suppression effect from this might be good enough. Honeys, what can you see? Target's way too far away. Okay, group control all honeys. Range 15, then you're gonna start firing. G honeys. Still have the Crusaders. Excellent. These couple of kills that we might be able to do this way are absolutely vital for our fighting effort. We can stop the armor wave that they'll decide it. We can fire enough smoke to keep the 88 from being able to shoot at us. That it? Pretty much, yes. Yes. You have a couple of rear units here. I don't see any point in keeping them there. Daimler. This has 2-pounder tank, anti-tank, armor-piercing ammunition only. What is this? Yeah, third hit. Every hit every hit did damage. Still, it's there. Yeah, fourth one was too much. And another tank gone. It took so much damage that it's probably dead. probably it has lost most of its weaponry. Yeah, still pressing us hard. There's going to be a couple of very heavy fighting turns, and at the end of that, it's basically over. One way or another. Yeah, things are happening and I'm not quite sure what. Yeah, Jesus Christ, every one of our tanks is damaged at this point. Not quite, but... I still think that it's worthwhile to shoot smoke here. So there will be other things here, and we can also ignore these if they happen to stay put. These aren't going to exactly arrive at a bad place either. Okay. I see. You're not gonna hit a single guy. Excellent. That's the tickets. Okay, we need to kill as many as possible. It looks like there's a huge wave of infantry coming. So we need to be able to reduce some of these squads to a condition that they're not going to be coming back after they retreat. Five casualties is the minimum. And that's it. More if we could. More would be great. Not strictly speaking necessary though. One more kill, please. Not quite. Retreating mortar. Didn't appreciate me shooting the smoke up there. Well, that was a terrible shot. shooting. Okay, could someone closer by to this? No? Yeah, that guy. These guys are not in any condition to fight anymore. Why is it so hard to hit? Ah. Hmm. Okay. You probably should be looking in some other direction. Ah, yes. Now. Looks like there's something in the same hex as the tank. So some kind of infantry group without a doubt. It's still operation. Apparently I can't target that for some reason. Have to go through the list. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, there are too many good targets to shoot at this point. It isn't all that much we can do. We could move the honeys a little bit more closer. But I'm not sure if that's a good idea. Having them in multiple layers in the defense isn't exactly a bad idea. So there's no opponents there anymore, really. Who's shooting at me? You. Hmm. No, not enough to kill anything. What can you see? Gun isn't big enough. Would be more useful here right now. At least with some of them, because we have the anti-infantry machine guns. Yeah, let's see how that works for us. Our first battery should also start to fire at this point. Oh, it didn't. So crap. Probably have to. If the Crusaders aren't destroyed, we'll have to pull them back. They have what, like a single machine gun and no high explosive ammunition, so they're extremely vulnerable to infantry. It's just weird to me. I mean, there seems to be a British tank concept that there's no high explosive ammunition for the tank's main gun. On the bright side, it allows them to carry a huge amount of armor-piercing ammunition, but I guess it has the advantage if you don't get to... you're far from your logistics chain. In a fight like this, where infantry and armor are very closely tied together, it just causes issues. And yeah, we're being assaulted by infantry, so we're folding. Definitely, if we're gonna survive at this point on these turns, we're pulling tightly together. Although we don't have that many operational tanks anymore. Okay, I severely underestimate the amount of infantry. Holy crap. These are still the fairly early war tanks for the British. American tanks should also be very weird. I'm not sure if the tank's called Lee or something. It sounds like... does it have 3 guns or something like that? Not quite sure, but use something very heavy mounted on the turret, I mean on the hull of the tank, then like an assault gun, and then it has turrets mounted guns on top of that. Very, very odd looking by today's standards. I'm imagining it. I don't think I am. Yeah, it's Lee. Has a turret and a huge hull mounted. It's 75 L31. I think that's it. So at least the gun is big enough. But it's also a fairly large tank. Not sure how well they historically function. Yeah, we're basically routed at this point, so this isn't gonna be a long fight. We're pretty much done. infantry is the bigger concern. Yeah. Routed. I'm trying to cause casualty here, casualty there, just to slow them down a bit. Hello, honey. What are you shooting at? Moving fast. That's position. That's bad. Like, very bad. Yep. Very, very bad. To be fair to us, this is a terrible, terrible position the game has put us in. There's no real front here. We're being attacked from multiple different sides, so our chance of just holding our position here is pretty remote. Yeah. If we try to pull back, we're gonna die anyway, so what do we do? And we are retreating. And we can't penetrate the enemy armor. I don't feel our tanks are necessarily worse at this point. It just... they sort of suck anyway. Not in the way that they would be god awful, useless, anything like that. But it's like they're for a sort of a different type of war that's being fought. A couple of German tanks could be quite easily hold their own against minor infantry assaults. These, no, not at all. Couple of extra machine guns and it wouldn't matter a bit, but they don't have those extra machine guns. Where's the infantry coming? What do you see? Just shoot at the first tank. Yeah, that's fine. Are you even shooting with your goddamn? It has 3 machine guns, but since I don't see any of the effects, I'm always thinking of is it even shooting with them. Those are the gun is worthless. It will shoot if we get into close proximity, I'm sure of that. Anyway, situation looks grim. We're routed, so we can't fight. Everything is sort of falling apart. I can't move my units. Yeah, shoot whatever, I don't care. Next. Even if this... Yeah, I'd wish we had a different sort of a mission. Okay, let's... No, they're gonna shoot the smoke, that's totally worthless, but whatever. Shoot the smoke. Let's see what happens. The battery shooting south might be hitting pretty sweet spot with the infantry though. Not that it'll do anything, but I do feel we could use either better gun or better armor, because at this point, one thing that hasn't really happened is that when our tanks get hit, there hasn't been any real clicking. So, while at the same time we've hit, especially on those assault guns, multiple times, we just won't penetrate. So the 2-pounder gun just seems like it's sort of lacking at this point. It's still okay. I don't feel like using a German tank against Russian KB, for example. That feels hopeless. But it's still too ineffectual. You have weapons. Why aren't you using them? Because of reasons, apparently. Yeah, shot 0. That one doesn't have a gun. Yeah, there's too much of that. And these guys aren't particularly heavily armored either, so it's a medium tank and you're still having trouble penetrating the armor. That's bad. Mm -hmm. We need to move. Yeah, with the honeys it's more obvious. It would be great if they had a slightly higher caliber gun. They have the length. But definitely still need a little bit more oomph. Rotate, rotate, rotate. Oh crap. And you're not even hitting the... You're not hitting the arm. That was bad. You target the one closer by. Jesus Christ! Won't you miss at least once? Oh, okay. Honey has that was lucky. It should have gone through immediately. Oh my god. I wish I saw how many shots we're gonna lose if we move. I think we're gonna pull back. Position. Back. Problem is we have things all over the place. That's not gonna work. I'm using the heavily armored Matilda 2s on there. And duck yourself in there. Pull back. Is that it? More or less, yes. We're in a bit of a bind here. You don't have to shoot the smoke anymore, thanks. But probably going to lose this area too. Yep. Still, casualties here and there. keep the suppression up. Ah yes, the Matilda. They can destroy it, but it's going to take quite a few shots. It's much more likely that the crew will freak out than that the tank will be destroyed. I think they destroyed that one with a rifle grenade. It's basically armored car, so it's not exactly impossible. Another armored car down. So assault guns are very accurate. They have a very good gun. It just could have been, I guess, a longer barreled one. Yeah, they have a little bit of a bigger bombardment. Battery bombardment. And our command unit is retreating, so that really tells you everything. Might as well call the artillery in our own positions at this point. By the time it'll arrive, we won't be in control anymore. What the hell happened there? You didn't even shoot! Ah. Shoot at the tanks. Any tank will do. Excellent. Terrible shooting. Great shooting. It didn't do crap, but at least it's a little bit damage. What can you see? Not much, and you're missing that. And yeah, this has no high explosive. Yeah, I think you should hold your position. At least we have one doing reaction fire. Second doing said reaction fire. That's good. Okay, we're withdrawing here. Good, good. Not good enough though. Yeah, we're retreating. Oh, we are immobilized. Anything good? And you're totally incapable of doing anything. Oh, you might be able to fire at least once. Something. It's not all sunshine for the Germans either. They still have, I feel, a stronger armored group, but barely. Bigger problem is that they have a much stronger infantry group. I need more people here to spot them if nothing else. Next, 2-pounder gun. Can't see crap anymore. Crew of a 2-pounder gun. Where exactly did you come from? There. Well, they're useless now. Like, yeah, you're right. Just wondering why it can't shoot. Cannot shoot because it is routed. And that's pretty much the end of it. Yeah, not exactly doing great. Yeah, this is gonna take a while. Probably have 3-4 platoons of infantry in full condition still coming at us, and then there's the wounded on top of that. This is not a good defensive setup. And Bren carrier is gone. Forces should have formed somewhere to have again enough firepower to have a chance to stop it. just stop the enemy from advancing. No, it's not. It just isn't enough. I mean, when we were spread around all over the base, they attacked us a couple of units at a time. Everyone else was sort of out of range. You can still fire, but you're very hard pressed to penetrate armor or hit. Bravely retreating. Leader is still routed and apparently retreating toward the assaulting enemy, so this can only go well for us. Immobilized brain carrier with no weaponry apparently. It still has the weaponry, just so suppressed it can't fire them. Matilda 2 sees 7 targets. Yeah, assault gun is a good target. They're fairly tough to take down, fairly accurate, causing a lot of trouble. Can you shoot even once? I don't think you have a main gun anymore. Yes you do, you just can't shoot it for, I guess, for personal reasons or something. Excellent. You actually hit something. Even did damage to it. I'm a bit more optimistic about our chances. They don't have that many tanks being shoveled our way anymore. There's a few assault guns and that's pretty much it. Excellent. There's still more coming. Got a job. Yeah. Please 3, 4, maybe more. Now the places have changed to some extent at least. Yes. Still has the main gun, so it's not good enough. You're retreating. Retreating isn't too bad though, you can still do things when you're retreating. They aren't in that great of a shape either. So a couple of extra casualties here and there make all the difference in the world. my god, are we in terrible shape. Is there anyone still capable of acting at all? I think we have 2 squads that haven't seen action. No, I think it's 1 now, and this is it. Not bad, it neutralized one of the enemy group coming our way, so it did its job. Can you see something? Routed, you can't do anything. Retreating, can't do anything. And that's it. I thought we might just lose this, but it looks like it's going to end up being more of a cripple fight. Both armies heavily damaged, trying to sort of stay in the fight. Bombarding our own men. A little bit of the enemy too, excellent. I'll consider that a good bombardment. Yeah, it definitely hit all the front line assaulting infantry units. So, not a huge amount of casualties, but that's still a lot of pressure taken away. And of course, they assault with perfect accuracy. So yeah, they're pretty much determined to assault with everything they have to. So this is bad. This is genuinely terrible. Yeah, there's gonna be more battery dropping on them. Excellent. Can you see something? Not sure which way this is gonna go. I would say both sides probably controlling something at the end. Very unlikely that I can retake much, even if I could turn them away. Got 3 targets. And 2 shots. Ooh, at least we hit something. Excellent. Yeah, definitely not easy for the German either. I'm seeing just a handful of functioning units coming our way. So at this point it could even depend somewhat on luck. Who gets the shots in first? That's 1 less assault gun for you. I think I'll defend at least a couple of turns without trying to move too much. After that, things might change. If we have even a bit of a chance to retake things, I'll try to retake. I'd really like to shoot the tank, but here infantry is a much bigger problem. We do need to turn back away these groups. Yeah. Honey neutralized almost entire group on its own. Okay, what can you do? Can you see something? You can't see anything. Can't see anything. Can't do anything. Can't see anything. Useless. Okay, this might be the one of the few groups that can actually be useful. It wasn't. Ooh, same here. Well, that German group is not gonna come back. Retreating. Yeah, and that's the end of it. I really can't do much. So the thought that I could somehow push them back and retake things is that's pretty weak. I can barely hold my ground. So yeah, we're bravely not going to assault enemy positions. Well, at least it'll take several turns before we regroup status. I'm fairly impressed. We have reaction fire going. Yes, we did damage to a tank. 3 enemy tanks at least, maybe 4. Pushing forward. One of them already damaged. And they're coming into hugging distance. That's a little troublesome, I have to admit. Command units back under control. That's great, but we lost most of these already. So, I don't know, we're maybe controlling 50% of these flags. So it's not terrible. It's not good either. Okay, what should we do with you? We might as well try some kind of a counter-offensive. Oh crap. Basically have nothing to lose. Lives of imaginary soldiers. And if we manage to push back a little bit, we might even take this as a clear victory. Hello there. We're getting quite close then. We don't have any armor piercing ammunition anymore, so that's clearly a negative. Hmm. Yep, just don't have it. And this is why Matilda do 2 suck. They're very dangerous for a few turns. Then they're sort of whatever. Alright, is he gonna react? Crap. Really isn't much we can do. Couple of lucky shots one way or another, and that's going to be the deciding factor. I think we're in a good place though. A lot of their advantage was that I at least feel that they had more accurate guns. At this range it doesn't matter, not at all. Probably should shoot the infantry still. As long as the infantry is coming in strong, it doesn't matter if we win the tank fight. We can possibly protect our own and we can't retake anything. Please, why don't you have a shot? Okay, now it's not doing anything. I need to be more careful with that. We got 2 immobile tanks shooting at each other, seeing who will die first. Is there a fire here? No. He's clearly taking control of that. The German squad is destroyed. No, don't go there. No, crap. Now it's stuck there, unable to do anything. Don't think I'll be doing anything with this guy either. We might want... No, we have to do something. Assault failed. It's fine. At least you tried something. Where to shoot? Just shooting These places I might have to retake. Oh, our HQ unit is being slaughtered. We're constantly losing flags to the infantry. Oh, no, assault guns and infantry. And our squad was annihilated entirely. And so was our command group. No, the commander is still alive, everyone else in the group is dead. Now it's dead. That's gonna hurt. Well, it's not just sunshine for them either. They have a fairly small group of units that are able to move. Others are retreating or pinned. Abandoned tank. Moving fast assault gun. I still think they are in a better position now. Didn't realize how many units they still have left that are capable of fully functioning. We have a pretty solid control of the north. However, that's not exactly much of an achievement. Ah, it just takes too much effort to kill anything here. Still, it's not exactly a flawless victory for them. Massive casualties on all sides. Immobilized. So that's not going to be doing anything. Crap. Might as well ignore the fighting and start trying to go after some objectives. Crusader, you can see a target, and it's a assault gun. Destroy it. Almost. Almost again, but not even remotely close by. We're on turn 9. And we'll have to move forward anyway in about a turn's time. I mean, if we're gonna lose anyway, we might as well try to make an effort. See if we could possibly turn things around a bit. Excellent, excellent. Ah, immobilized honey. I mean, it seems like, you know, pretty good light tank. Not much we can do. Might be able to shoot at something. Nope. Nope. Game says nope. Well, if we're lucky, we might be able to get a couple of squads functioning. Ooh, where are you going anyway? And yeah, that's it. Bloody fight, if nothing else. Yeah, we destroyed a German infantry unit entirely by artillery strikes. So fails. Probably going to lose the carrier. Doesn't really matter though. Yeah, that just looks dangerous. And they're still firing smoke here. Not sure why. What is this? What is that green? Green dunes, I guess. Destroyed, 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 destroyed. Wow, it destroyed, destroyed off the map artillery. Yeah, more than half our, well, I'd say 50% of our troops pretty much non-functioning. Naturally, with infantry, it's a bit worse because they look better than they actually are. Ah, where are we gonna get the next artillery? Something here would help. Fire wherever. Three targets. Good, good, good. They've been abandoning things. Bit risky. And by bit, I mean incredibly risky. And it didn't pay off. Not sure if the assault gun can penetrate our front armor even if it tries. So I'm still gonna stay here. Don't have that many turns left. Ooh, 15% chance to hit. That's not bad. Considering that normally it's something below 10. Very good. Very good indeed. We're gonna reposition ourselves to lunge and take the victory flags at the last minute. It's a shitty thing to do in general, but or whatever. It's not like we have a lot of options. It's either that or just forget about it. There's no way we can hold on to them. Cause casualties! They've been running away for a while now to abandoned tanks. Abandoned! Suckers! Well, I'm certainly not gonna stay here. Can you kill that one? Try again. Please. Okay, we have a fairly well-functioning Crusader here. Yeah, reinforcements. Push to the south. 2 targets. Infantry and infantry. The exact crew, not even infantry. We have a decent amount of tanks that are, well, while not in good condition, are still able to operate. While I don't even know, we have no more high explosive ammunition for the gun. I don't even know, do they have anything really left? If they do, we're in a lot of trouble. If they don't, we're home free. I think they have something. At the same time, I'm still going to push through. Not bad, bad at all. What do you see? Good enough. And that's pretty much it. This would be the final artillery strike that lands, fairly likely. Yep, destroying my own vehicles now. Still, most of it will land on the enemy, so I think it's still worth firing. Because I can't deal with infantry on those positions. I'm basically just trying to run there and hoping there's no one there. They're attacking the Matildas, which is pretty hopeless for an infantry. You'd need something like a flamethrower or a satchel charge for that to work. So I'm not worried about those tanks at all. They do have full infantry squads defending those goddamn flanks again. Yeah, that hurts. Don't shoot any more artillery there. Okay, they don't exactly have full squads here. I'll take that back. They have a couple of heavily injured squads, might or might not be able to do something. Okay, they did manage to rout us. drive us away. However, I don't feel we were in any real danger. We can fire on them. Now it's a more complicated matter. Who fires first? Honey, you're so good. Infantry destroyed. Any more honeys here? Yes, we have a honey here. These are buildings, right? Not bad, not bad at all. They still have a little bit of a fight left in them, but I think our position is a bit better than I thought. It's not good. It is definitely not good, but at the same time, they have a handful of units that might be able to do something, and frankly, that's pretty pathetic too. Yeah. They've got jack shit. On the other hand, yeah, we don't have much either. We really don't have much. Hmm. Excellent. Yeah, they have an assault gun here, but coming this place allows us to try to secure quite a few victory flags. Can't see anything. You can't do anything. And you can't see, you can't do. Can't see, and I don't know what the hell you're doing, but... Ooh. Last minute we made it in time here. Enemy surrenders. Ooh la la. We might as well put the artillery somewhere. Doesn't matter if it falls on our troops at this point. More, I guess, countering any kind of counter-attack than something proper. So I don't particularly care if it falls on our own troops at this point. Because it'll fall at a time when the mission should be over anyway. If it's not, we'll probably drive away any last remnants of enemies, if there are any. Yeah, I think we're a genuine victor in this. We got significant casualties on us, but we paid the enemy in kind, and we're still in control of the airfield for the days down. Yeah, thanks for the smoke. There's not enough smoke here. Always could use more smoke. Ah, shit. Oh, shit. Please give me a machine gun shot. Yep. Much to ask. Someone needs to drive that bastard away. Can you go there? Yes. That's good enough for me. Enemy destroyed. Fire. Excellent. That's what we were looking for. Someone with some firing skill. I'm gonna basically park as many units as we can on the flags. That way, even if they try to take them over, it's not just enough for them to move over the flags. We're immobilized, I don't care. We're in a burning building, I don't care. It's all good. Two targets of total worthlessness. We might as well fire. We have nothing else to do. We do much. Drive the enemy away. That's it. Last turn, we control pretty much everything, and the enemy is in a worse shape than I am. So that's a good defense mission. Very much so. Glad I relate with the British. Also, if we have to play with against the British more, I have a fairly good feel about what the units can do now. What's dangerous and what isn't. Yeah, German 143, British 1,351. That's a decisive victory. Marginal. You have won a marginal victory and suffered moderate losses. The enemy forces are broken, but leave the field of battle in good order. Good work. I can't really just object to that. We did suffer quite a heavy loss. We lost commanding units and quite a few vehicles, most of our infantry, so yeah. If there's one thing that could have gone worse for us, I don't think they had just one 88 AA gun there, so the huge amount of smoke that was always there probably saved our asses, because I can't see our tanks lasting against a couple of anti 88 guns firing at us. They're incredibly accurate, and we don't. That's the problem if you don't have high explosive ammunition with your tank shells, because you can't fire counter to those anti-tank guns in any way. Your machine guns have a 10 hex range. That just isn't enough. You need 20, 30, and that's a much more comfortable range. So, not a fan of the British tanks, but they're just fine in anti-tank fights. A bit lacking in armor though, but still they're okay.